We got our big green egg all assembled. Now let's break it in. There's only a couple simple things to do to break these in. It's not like it used to be, okay? First of all, no lighter fluid ever. Ever. No lighter fluid, okay? Rule number one. Second thing, it's not as important as it used to be because they changed the adhesive a little bit, but for your first cook, maybe even two, you want to keep your temperatures under 350 degrees. Today we're going to do a cook. It's going to be a short cook, couple hours, 350 degrees less. Probably going to do about 275 just to be sure. What that does is it sets all the adhesive on the gaskets. Okay, so it makes it last, so you're gonna have a long-lasting egg. It's gonna treat you well for a really long time without giving you any problems. So, just some minor things to do when you're breaking it in that keep it simple and keep it lasting forever. If you're gonna get a big green egg, I highly suggest you buy one of these with it. It's called a Conveggtor. You don't wanna cook without it. This is what you use for long-term cooks, low and slow, smoking. You're gonna wanna put this in. It's very easy, it just sits right in there. Now what the Conveggtor is used for is used to diffuse the flames. You're not gonna have direct flames coming right at your food. There's gonna be a deflector in here. It'll make the heat come from the outside like this, almost like a convection oven. If you wanna learn more about the Conveggtor, hit up this video right here that we made about it. It teaches you everything about how to use it in your big green egg. So this is the standard grate that comes with the egg, okay? There are other ones that have the Conveggtor. You have all kinds of other things, the expander basket, but I covered all the accessories in this video right up here. If you just click on this little thing up here, it'll show you all the different accessories that are available for your big green egg that you can use when you're burning FOGO charcoal in your new egg. Now, for today's cook, we're gonna be using our FOGO Black Bag Premium Charcoal. This is perfect for this. We're not gonna do an 18-hour cook. We're gonna do probably a 3-4 hour cook at about 275 degrees. This is a nice medium chunk size charcoal. It's gonna burn clean, all right? FOGO burns super clean, and it's easy to control the temperature with FOGO. It's also gonna give us a really nice, light, smoky flavor. I used it way before I ever made these videos for FOGO Charcoal, so I'm a firm believer in it, and I think that you should try it too. Now, we're using our blazer ball with our fire starters to start our fire. We're actually putting this in before the charcoal. So we're gonna let that in. We're gonna pour the charcoal on top so that the air gets right to the fire. Woo! Now, one thing I always recommend when handling your charcoal, get some gloves. I like to use these longer ones. These are a little bit longer. I have some that are even longer than that. But I want to talk about how much charcoal we're using in here today. I didn't fill it up all the way. I just filled this up to the top of the fire ring to break this in. We're not going to cook forever. We're not going to cook super hot. We have just enough in here. It's going to make it sure we get it through our cook. We're going to have a little bit left over in the end. Now our charcoal is lit. We've got all our vents wide open, bottom, top. We got them wide open. We got our Conveggtor in there. So I'm going to close this up. Okay, let that fire catch. Have this open. We're going to have this open all the way. We're going to catch our temperature on the way up. When it gets to about 240, 250, we're gonna start shutting down our vents so that we're cooking at 275. It's gonna allow it about 25 degrees to come up a little bit more once we close those vents. Now, the way I like to control my temperatures, once I get to about that 250 mark, I'm gonna close this down to about here. So we're gonna cook at about 275, and that's about a perfect setting for that. And when we do that, I keep my top vent wide open. Today's cook is gonna be something really simple. I just wanna show you how to do something while breaking in your egg. Kind of two birds, one stone kind of deal. We've done some videos that are like great first-time cooks on the big green egg. This is another great one. It's just a smoked chuck roast. It's gonna come out a lot like a brisket would. We're gonna cook it the same way we would a brisket, so it's a great practice for something like that. We're gonna use our FOGO rub. It's gonna be killer. We're gonna get little vegetables on the side, make a little tomato salad to go along with it. I'm gonna show you how to make a phenomenal meal while breaking in your big green egg. Nice part about a chuck, there's not any work to do to it. You don't have to trim it, you don't have to do anything. Find one with some good fat and good marbling in it, you're gonna have yourself a really good meal. So a lot of times I'll do salt and pepper on, maybe some garlic powder on chuck roast, but we're gonna use our FOGO rub. This stuff is incredible. It's got activated charcoal in it. Activated charcoal is actually something that's used to aid your digestive process. We're gonna coat this thing completely. I'm not even gonna use a binder. We're just going straight rub right on the meat. I wanna show you something here, okay? This is the new one. It's nice and white and clean. Now, if you don't want it to look like this old one, okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna cover the new one in foil. You can do this before you heat it up. It's a lot smarter to do that, but I missed that point that day in school. So we're gonna put some foil over this thing and keep it nice and clean so it stays nice and white. The other thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some of these barrel-proof bourbon barrel smoking chunks in here. They are awesome. So I'm gonna take this out for a moment. Careful, because it is hot. Okay, and you see we got a nice fire going, so I'm gonna put one here, kind of right on the edges of the fire. Put a small one in the middle, and put that there. How about that? And a great way to track our temperatures is with this meter thermometer. It's a wireless thermometer. It's available on our website. Gonna go about there. Wanna make sure it's right in the middle of the meat, okay? There we go. Good news, we're at 275 degrees, burning steady. We got some smoke going. There's a little bit of white smoke left. It's actually gone down quite a bit. We're gonna go ahead and put this on. You can wait till that white smoke clears up altogether. I would actually advise that, all right? But it's turning blue, so we're putting it on. 275 degrees and let her sleep. So while we've got our chuck roast smoking there, we're gonna throw together a little tomato salad. Makes a great side with any barbecue dish, really. Really simple. Tomatoes, onions, red wine vinegar, oil, a little salt and pepper. That's really it. So we're gonna use about 1 tablespoon of red wine vinegar to about 3 tablespoons of olive oil. And we just give it a little mix around, get it all combined, and let this sit while the meat finishes cooking. Our meter says that we've reached 165 degrees, so we're gonna pull this baby off now. We're going to wrap it like we would a brisket. A lot of times we'll use pink butcher's paper, but this is kind of more geared towards beginners, so we're gonna use aluminum foil, which is a perfectly good way to do it. For years, aluminum foil was perfectly fine to wrap brisket in until Aaron Franklin came up with the idea of pink butcher paper. That's all there is to it. Back on till it hits about 203 degrees. Should probe like butter. It should just go in and out like with no pressure whatsoever. All right, so you can see we're preparing a little asparagus. What we did is we just cut the bottoms off, the hard grainy ends. Just put a little oil, salt, and pepper. We're just gonna put them on for about the last half hour with the meat. I wanna reiterate, the reason for doing a low cook break-in, you don't wanna ruin your gaskets, you don't wanna ruin anything. You wanna break it in nice and easy. Let the gaskets get adhered to the egg and everything like that. The first couple cooks, if not the first one at least, for a couple hours, under 350 degrees. I think we're ready. Let's just double check. Should be probe tender. Oh yeah. See the way it just falls in there? I barely even have to push on it. It's just going right in. So that is ready. So we're gonna take it off of here, throw it right into one of these containers. Now, if you don't have any of these, this is a Cambro container. If you don't have any, I highly suggest getting yourself some. They're fantastic for food prep and everything like that. But in any case, I happen to like that brand. We're gonna let this rest for about, like I said, about an hour. We're gonna carve it. It's gonna look beautiful. I can't wait because I know this is gonna be good. This is how you break in a new big green egg correctly. Oh boy, I think we're there, okay? We've been letting this thing rest. Oh God, it smells good. Only one thing left to do, cut it and taste it. Let's get to work on that. Now you wanna cut this about the thickness of a pencil or so. Let's see. That is delicious. That is delicious. You make that as your first cook on a big green egg after breaking it in like this, you're gonna provide a great meal. I mean a great meal between the tomato salad and the asparagus. Fantastic. The meat is outstanding. And you just broke in your big green egg. Yeah, you got a new big green egg. It's all broken in, okay. That's what you need to do. Remember, keep it under 350 for the first cook or two. You'll be all set. You'll have no problems with this thing. Make sure all your bolts are tight. Make sure everything is good the way it's supposed to be, okay? After you use it once or twice, just go around. Make sure that all those bolts and nuts and everything like that are still tight on there, okay? Because the heat will make it go expand, contract, expand, contract. You want to make sure that they didn't loosen up on you at all, okay? So that's what you need to do to break in your big green egg. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to subscribe to our channel. If you liked what you saw, give us a thumbs up and leave us a comment below. Tell us what you like to cook on your grill, okay? So remember, get out and grill, and we'll see you the next time on The FOGO Life.